My name is Tiffany Brown, and I'm doing my oral presentation on Everyday Use by Alice Walker. Everyday Use is set in the late 1960s, early 1970s, a time when African Americans were struggling to redefine and seize control of their social, cultural, and political identity in American history. There was also a great attempt to recognize the contribution that African Americans had already made in society. At that time, writers became interested in unearthing and reminiscing the African American roots. They were particularly interested in the aspects of African American heritage that had survived centuries of slavery and were present in African American culture. During the time, many blacks sought to establish themselves as a visible and unified group and take control of how their group was named. Many black Americans, uninspired by a black history of slavery in North America, looked to the African American roots effort to reconnect with their past. It's kind of a no-brainer to conclude that the quilts in everyday use symbolize family heritage. They were handmade by the narrator herself, her sister, and her mother. They were made of clothing worn by generations of family members. Um, the two daughters, Maggie and Dee, they were different. Um, Maggie is a figure of purity, uncorrupted by selfishness or complex emotional needs. Severely burned in a house fire when she was a child, her scarred, ugly appearance hides her sympathetic, generous nature. She lives at home with her mom, who protects her. She's remaining virtually untouched by the outside world. She's homebound, isolated, and her mother protects her because she is a victim also of seclusion. They suffer from shyness and a lack of education. Dee is the object of jealousy, awe, and agitation among her family members, while as an individual she searches for personal meaning and stronger sense of self. Dee is judgmental, and it is affecting her mother and Maggie, and desire for Dee's approval runs deep in both of them. By assuming the African name Wanguro, Dee takes this all a step further. She herself explains, "I couldn't bear it any longer, being named after the people who oppressed me." When the narrator, which is her mother, told her promptly that she was named after her family members, Dee insists on getting all personal and tracing the source of the name further back. The title of the story comes from the significance that the facts that the things we cherish most are things we use every day. Family treasures are only truly appreciated when they are part of life and memories. This means when the time comes for Mama to choose the daughter that will inherit the family heirlooms, the quilts, she chooses the daughter who loves and uses them, the daughter who thinks they are special part and a part of her life. Mama chooses not to leave the quilts to the daughter who wishes to rise above and display her past. She chooses to leave them to the child who embraces it. That's it.